Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Pyro coming at you with another video. Today we actually have a review of Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. Grindelwald. I'm not sure of how to actually say it because I've heard it said many different ways, and I'm not sure. But we have a review. I saw it at AMC Theaters in Maryland because I'm currently, as of the upload of this video and the recording of this video, on vacation in America. But as you know, work never rests. So if you guys could leave a like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz, that'd be amazing. So let's get into the review. First things first, as I always, did I like this movie? Yes. 100% I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. Did I like it more than the first one? Again, 100% way more than the first one. The reason for that, it wasn't, this one felt very disconnected to Harry Potter, but also at the same time more connected because you're back at Hogwarts for a little bit of it. And those were actually some of my favorite scenes, going back into Hogwarts, but not as a student. You're actually going as an ex-student, and you only spend a certain amount of time in there at different parts, of course. And it's really interesting to see a young Dumbledore with a lot of the same qualities that he has as the headmaster, as a teacher, teaching a young Newt Scamander and Leta Lestrange. And I found that highly interesting to see how he went from being the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher to being the headmaster, all of his little quirks and how he approaches people of all ages and managed to get them to do what he wanted them to do. I mean, his relationship with Newt is very reminiscent of his relationship with Harry, probably a little bit less father-son and more of an acquaintance and a colleague, more so than the father-son kind of, or grandfather-son treatment that he had with Harry. And he seemed to be a little bit more open with Newt, but still incredibly secretive. The overall plot of the movie as well, it does offer a lot of answers to the terms of Nagini, in case you can tell by the trailers and things like that. If you haven't, I won't spoil anything because, as you know, I always do spoilerless reviews. But it's interesting the answers that they do give you, but by the end of the movie, there are a lot more questions that you have, especially if you haven't seen any of the ending explained things and so on. Go into this movie blind if you can. It's been out for a while now, I think, but definitely try and go into this movie blind because then you get surprised a bit more by some of the questions that you will then have after you've seen it, if that makes sense. That makes sense? I'm pretty sure that makes sense. But yes, the feelings that I had throughout this movie, it does take you on a bit of an emotional journey because it is slightly darker, I guess you could say, than Where to Find the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. So that was, I did enjoy that. I like my movies to be a little bit darker, as it were. Not like, say, Batman vs Superman dark. That was just dark in general, whereas this one had a bit more of a young adult theme rather than just kind of a mid-teenager theme towards it. The elements that it had is where this made me feel it's a bit darker in comparison to Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. There's a lot of the action scenes, although it didn't feel like there was a lot of them, they were really cool. But the best thing about this movie, for me at the very least, was definitely the beasts, as it's called, Fantastic Beasts. There's this, I think it's called a Zazu, or something. It's this Japanese or possibly Chinese dragon, I can't remember. But I know that I want one, and that's really cool. Those are awesome. It's amazing. I'll see if I can get a picture of one or a clip of one so you can see what I'm talking about. It's really amazing. The Nifflers are back again, and it's crazy. I love that. But yes, the Fantastic Beasts definitely stand out for me in this movie in terms of the action scenes. So visually, absolutely amazing. I mean, there wasn't much choreography needed because of how the action scenes worked, at least for me, because I like a lot of physical fighting in my movies, but again, this being a wizarding movie, not a lot of that going on. But the visuals that you get, the colors and how the magic works is really good. There's a fight with Credence in there. It was not a fight, but you know what I mean. And visually, it just looks crazy. It's wonderful. The actors. My favorite character, probably gonna be Newt Geller, to be perfectly honest. I mean, the way they interact with everyone, and young Newt in school is sometimes a little bit too much of it's more of a parody to me of Eddie Redmayne's Newt, but it's still good and it makes sense because he's a teenager growing into the person he's going to be. So he's a little bit too awkward for me, but it still works. Eddie Redmayne is a great actor, and Johnny Depp is a great actor. I don't know about the outside of his acting life, but in terms of this movie, absolutely amazing. He's a very charismatic person in this, more so than Voldemort was, or Voldemort, I guess, was in the Harry Potter movies. I think in the books, Voldemort was a lot more charismatic and the things that he said. But Ralph Fiennes, I think that's his name. He did a great job all the same, but I think the characterization that he was given in the Harry Potter movies was a bit ruthless, more so. But he had awkward moments that made his ruthlessness make a lot of sense, because that's what he grew up as, with not really knowing love. Whereas I think Gellert did, especially reflecting in his relationship with Albus Dumbledore, and that is touched upon quite a bit, and I enjoyed how they did that and how they're going to explore that in the further movies. I wait to see. It's really good. A lot of the characters they introduce are really cool. I thoroughly enjoy the characters they introduce. Queenie's root is really cool. Tina's root is really cool. James, I think his name is James. I can't remember his name. The big dude who lost his memories in the first movie. Really interesting. The cast as a whole is great. The supporting and the main cast they all have their part to play. I can't stress that enough. Like, the cast is just great. But either way, dudes, this was more of a it's a subtle review without trying to give out too much. The story is great. Visually, it's great. Everything about this movie is really good. I would definitely say going to see this in the cinema, the movie theater, and everything, do it. Absolutely, it's worth going out, paying for it, getting it free, going to Cineworld, anything like that. Do it. It's amazing. Watch it. It's a great entry into the franchise of Harry Potter, as a big franchise for that, and it's definitely a great entry for that franchise of Fantastic Beasts. Can't stress that enough. Watch it, see it, buy the DVD when it comes out, all that jazz. Anyways, dudes, you can catch videos around here in this area here for the subscription. Like I said at the beginning of the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that jazz. I still don't have a sign off, so peace.